In this tutorial I'll show you how to make this CubeeCraft model of Mr. Spock. I'm going to scale the default cube to the dimensions of the Spock model. Click the plus to open up the properties side panel, scroll down, take background images, click the black triangle to open up the panel, click add image, scroll down, click open, go to the folder where you downloaded the Spock image file and open it. You only see background images in the standard orthogonal views. In the view menu, change perspective to orthogonal and go to the front view. I'm going to close the side panels, zoom in with the mouse wheel, change shading to wireframe. I'm going to use the tips of the arrows of the 3D manipulator widget to move the cube. We can easily reset the location later. Zooming in with the mouse wheel and panning, shift and dragging with the middle mouse button. I'm going to the properties of the cube. I'm going to widen the window so we've got 3 decimal places. Now I've experimented with the X scale and it's 1.024, which is the same as for the Nintendo console model I did. Most of the CubeeCraft templates have the same dimensions. The Y dimension is the same. We can't see it in the front view, but the model is square from above. The only thing that's different is the Z scale, and I've experimented with this and it's 0.716. And if we fine tune the position of the cube, you'll see that that's a good fit. We now have to mark seams so that we can unwrap the cube so that we can UV map it to the Spock template. I'm zooming back with the mouse wheel. There will be 3 cuts for the top of the model, 3 cuts with the scissors for the bottom of the model, and there's a vertical edge that needs cutting at the end. I'm dragging with the middle mouse button to rotate the view. I'm zooming in with the mouse wheel. I need to go into edit mode, but before I do that, in the object menu I'm going to apply scale. Now I'm going to go into edit mode and into edge select mode, select the vertical edge, hold down shift and select the 3 top edges. I'm still holding down shift, select the 3 bottom edges, mesh edges, mark seam, press A twice to select all, drag on the white diagonal lines to open up a new window. Change the new window to a UV image editing window. Click this button to list already opened images. Zoom back with the mouse wheel. Mesh, UV unwrap, unwrap. In the view menu of the UV image editing window, toggle full screen. Press A on the keyboard to select all. Now for some reason it's unwrapped vertically. I'm going to press R to rotate 90 and enter. I'm zooming in with the mouse wheel and panning, holding down shift and dragging with the middle mouse button. I've experimented with the scale and I'm going to press S to scale and enter the numeric value 1.035 and enter. Press G to grab and drag the mapping over the template. The head is now UV mapped. In the view menu I'm going to toggle full screen. I'm dragging on the white diagonal lines to close the window. I'm going to go from edit mode to object mode. I'm going to rename the cube head and I'll reset the X location to 0. I'm dragging on the tip of the blue arrow of the 3D manipulator widget to move the cube up and out the way. I'm changing the view to the front view. I'm going to add mesh cube. Zooming back with the mouse wheel, again using the arrows of the 3D manipulator widget, I'm going to move the new cube over the body. Shift, drag with middle mouse button to pan, zoom in with the mouse wheel, and we're now ready to repeat the process for the body. Press S followed by 0.657 and enter to scale the cube. G to grab. Now the location isn't important, but the scaling is important for the body to be in scale with the head. In the object menu, apply scale. Now I'm ready to UV map. I'm dragging with the middle mouse button to rotate the view. I'm going to go into edit mode, and I'm already in edge select mode. As before, I'm selecting the vertical edge, then I'm holding down shift and selecting the 3 top edges. With shift held down, I'm selecting the bottom 3 edges and mesh edges, mark edges as seams. Press A twice to select all. Drag on the white diagonal lines to open up a new window. Change the new window to UV image editor. Click this button to select already opened images. Zoom back with the mouse wheel. Mesh UV unwrap. Now the body template is upside down to fit it on the page, so I'm going to press A to select all, R to rotate 180 and enter. S to scale 0.526 and enter. G to grab and put that over the body, just slightly offset. View menu, toggle full screen. Shift middle mouse button to pan. Zoom in with the mouse wheel. Shift middle mouse button to pan. G followed by Y to fine tune vertically, and G followed by X to fine tune horizontally, and that is UV mapped. In the view menu, toggle full screen. Drag on the white diagonal lines to close the UV image editing window. Go into object mode, rename the cube body, and set the location values all to 0. Zoom back with the mouse wheel and pan, shift middle mouse button. Turn shading to textured. Now everything is very dark, so I'm going to duplicate the lamp, shift and D to duplicate, and duplicate again, shift and D to duplicate. I'm going to rotate the view, dragging with the middle mouse button, and I'm going to use the tip of the green arrow to move the lamp in the Y direction and the tip of the red arrow to move the lamp in the X direction. So there we have the head and the body, ready to add the arms and the legs, which I'll show you how to do in part 2 of the tutorial.